on your side. This is WHAS 11 News.
Right now at 4:30, catastrophic flooding as thousands of people remain stranded in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. The latest on search and rescue missions as relief efforts pour into the area. Shots fired near the University of Louisville. Hear from a driver who says she nearly hit the suspect with her car just moments after the shooting. Plus, a sinkhole in downtown Louisville could have an impact on your morning drive, the area you'll need to avoid over the next several weeks. But first, we do want to let you know right now, taking you outside into Spaghetti Junction. It could be a headache for drivers this morning. I-64 westbound coming into downtown Louisville is closed following a crash. We're told a semi and a car collided. No word yet on the injuries. We do know a couple people were transported to the hospital. But as you can see, this live view here, I-64 west, just before 3rd Street Road, is shut down and backed up as crews work to clean up that area. Again, mostly semis. We are told they are trying to reroute some of those drivers, but your alternate route at this point coming from 64 west is 65 north or southbound. If you don't want to pay the tolls, you'll want to head south. We'll keep you updated on that, but first, good morning, Kentuckiana. It is 4:30 on your Thursday, August 31st. I'm Brooke Hash.
And I'm meteorologist T.J. Shuck. Final day of August, and as we welcome September, it's going to be kind of an interesting day tomorrow.
Yeah, we're getting the Harvey effects, right?
Yeah, the remnants of Harvey will make their way northeastward today. Maybe a few showers across southern Kentucky as the day wears on, but I think the bulk of what we'll see will come tomorrow and into the early part of Saturday. Here's the latest. Harvey hits a tropical depression just sitting and spinning over the northern part of Louisiana. Going to make a little headway northeastward as we go through the day today. So our southern counties have already seen a little bit of activity during the overnight, but I think it's mainly going to be just an increase in cloud cover. Here's the expected track. Again, the Hurricane Center only taking Harvey, at least the projected track, out until Friday evening. It should be off to our northeast by Saturday morning, but you get the general idea. You can see a good solid 2 to 4 inch rainfall. Farther south you go, I think a little better chance for some of those higher totals. Up into southern Indiana, a little bit less. Here's an idea of what we could see as far as rainfall totals. Again, our southern counties closer to that 4 inch range, where here in the metro, 2.5 to 3, and then you get up into southern Indiana, probably an inch or two. And nothing on our Max HD radar but ground clutter. And again, there's some of that initial moisture lifting northward. Again, shouldn't impact the area much. From later on tonight into early Saturday morning, there is a flash flood watch for a good chunk of Kentuckiana. Morgan & Morgan HD Camera Network, Kentucky One Health Cam, east side of downtown Louisville, 70 here in the city. We're in the 60s elsewhere. So fairly mild and quiet start to the day. We'll see some clouds around. Wind's going to pick up a little bit tonight, especially as the remnants of Harvey approaches, and that's when we should begin to see some of that heavier rain increase. Friday looks like kind of a yucky day. We're all to start September. We're probably talking afternoon highs only in the mid-60s tomorrow with all the clouds and the rain around. We'll break it down for you in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Breaking out the leggings. Thanks, TG. Well, hey, Tropical Storm Harvey is still causing some major damage along the Gulf Coast with torrential rains and strong winds. Thousands of people remain stranded. Close to 40,000 homes may have been destroyed. Here's ABC's Maggie Rulli with more on that devastation as the storm continues to move.
In some parts of Houston, water rescues and recovery missions are still going around the clock, 5 days after Hurricane Harvey made landfall.
We've already made one dramatic rescue, and now we're right back at it.
Now a tropical depression, Harvey continues to batter the Gulf Coast.
That river, inside, outside, upside, downside.
Port Arthur desperate to escape the rain.
I'm scared for my baby.
Even though the rain has stopped in Houston, the floodwaters continue to rise. Roughly 15,000 calls for help have poured in. Officials now going door to door, marking bright orange C's on homes that are clear. Officials estimating up to 40,000 homes are destroyed in Harris County alone.
But 100,000 is certainly not out of the question.
Those returning home to see the damage sift through their now waterlogged possessions.
This is in my blood. This is where I'm from.
I'm not going. I'm not leaving.
And homeowners who lost everything, it's estimated more than 80% of them don't have flood insurance.
I'm okay. I'm just ready to go home. And I don't have a home because they're flooded out.
Relief efforts are now underway. The U.S. Navy sending 2 ships to the Gulf of Mexico. And today, Vice President Mike Pence will be in Texas to see some of these relief efforts firsthand. Last night, more than 30,000 people slept in shelters like this one. And all night long, there have been volunteers manning those desks, ready to welcome guests 24/7. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Houston, Texas.
Maggie, thank you so much. Well, it's not too late for you to help and donate to the victims of Hurricane Harvey. You can still make your pledges online at WHAS11.com/KYCares. That money will go to the American Red Cross to benefit those impacted by the devastating floods. Tens of thousands of dollars raised there. A man is recovering this morning from a shooting that happened not too far from the University of Louisville campus. It happened at the Arch, an apartment complex on South 4th Street, only about a half mile from campus. Moments before police arrived to find a man shot multiple times. One woman says she saw the shooter sprinting across the street. The woman says she kept driving, but something she saw made her feel uneasy. And she said she just had to turn around and give police a statement. She asked us to keep her identity concealed as she described those moments.
Basically bumped the front of my vehicle. I almost hit him. I blew the horn. He turned himself around towards my vehicle and took off running down Montana. I noticed that he had a pistol that he kept trying to cover with his white t-shirt.
U of L sent an alert to students saying 2 people were in custody, but LMPD would not confirm that information. The U of L alert said neither the victim nor the suspects are U of L students. Anyone with information can call that anonymous police tip line at 574 LMPD. Well, you may want to change your morning route if you travel Main Street in downtown Louisville. A part of it is now closed after a sinkhole formed in the road due to a sewer collapse. It happened to the east side of Louisville, or the east of Louisville Slugger Field. The roadblock impacts East Main Street between Jackson and Clay and Hancock Street between Market and Washington. MSD says the 102-inch concrete pipe was installed back in 1948, about 70 years ago. They say the collapse was simply due to the pipe's age and deterioration over time.
Something we've been monitoring. We've been knowing that it needs to have work done on it. We haven't had the money to invest in that. We did not expect it to get this bad this quickly, so in the last few years it has had a major turn for the bad.
Now, 1/3 of the community's wastewater runs through this pipe, making it a difficult project to fix. MSD says that it will get started on the repairs when the expected rains from Harvey end. It will take several weeks to complete, but while that work is going on, the entrance to Slugger Field parking does remain open. So does Angel's Envy across the street. It's 4:38 here, and new documents are shedding some light on a southern Indiana town's relationship with a private developer. How long attorneys say leaders in Charlestown have been trying to force its residents out of their homes. Plus, the Blue House getting a new look. The latest changes coming to the place where students are learning music in West Louisville.